Coming up on Bloom, meet a woman educating millions about lipedema, a condition that makes it impossible to lose fat.
I remember just seeing the images of what these bodies look like, and I'm like, whoa, that looks like me.
And see how she's using her dance skills to spread the word.
7 and 8, strong, walk it out.
And meet a personal trainer helping us unleash confidence. We'll have all that and more as Bloom, presented by Lifeguard Imaging, starts now. I'm Gayle Guyardo. Welcome to Bloom, presented by Lifeguard Imaging. There is a Tampa Bay woman on a global mission to spread body positivity and educate people about a condition that makes it impossible to lose fat. Content creator and lipedema warrior Allison Jacobs first shared her journey of dealing with this painful condition that happens when fat is distributed unusually beneath your skin, right here on Bloom. Although there is no cure for lipedema, treatments including lifestyle changes, compression devices, and medical procedures may relieve some symptoms. We've been following Allison's medical journey for more than a year now, and earlier this year, she took the leap to get surgery after finding Dr. David Amron, the architect and pioneer of lipedema surgery. Joining me now after 3 surgeries to deal with the pain of living with lipedema is the woman herself, Allison Jacobs. Allison, it is so great to see you again, and you look unbelievably beautiful.
Thank you.
You always have been beautiful.
Thank you.
But I know you're feeling better. How did the surgeries go?
Yeah, so I want to say, I just feel amazing, more so than I thought possible. The amount of mobility that I have gained, my range of motion, it's amazing. And the surgeries, they went smoothly. They were, not a walk in the park, but so worth it.
Yeah, I think from the beginning, you always knew. It's why you gave it so much thought and why you put so much into this and so much research. And you've been sharing your journey with us for more than a year now. And you knew it wasn't going to be a walk in the park. But at the end of the day, you were able to achieve all of the goals that you were hoping for. And that's the biggest blessing of all of this.
It really is. And I've told you this before. I really thank you guys so much here, because it was through talking with you and talking with producers that I really realized I'm ready to do this, It's because it's a lot to think about. It is a lot to research, and you only have one body, You're not just shopping for a car here. You want to make sure that you are making this decision, you are informed, and yeah, you're ready for it.
Now, the way that we met Allison was actually during the pandemic. She was on a network show. She was always on social media dancing and bringing body positivity out to her millions and millions of followers, so much so that an NBC show spotted her. They brought her on. And it was through your dancing that you realized that somebody reached out to you and DM'd you and said, I think you might have lipedema. And then you researched it, and then you told us all about it, and we've been covering it extensively ever since alongside you.
Yeah, what's so crazy is it's not like it was one person. It started off kind of slow. I'd have a comment on a video, and then I would start getting the DMs, and it got to the point where it was every day. So it was like I couldn't ignore it anymore. I'm like, what is this? Because like many people, I thought they were saying like lymphedema, but no, lipedema. And I remember just seeing the images of what these bodies looked like, and I'm like, whoa, that looks like me.
Yeah, and not only did it eventually lead to pain for you and lack of mobility, which is ultimately what drove you into getting the surgery and gaining the confidence to do this, but throughout your life, it also put you on an emotional tailspin and, at some points struggling with eating disorders because you just couldn't fight the fat. And so many people have this condition and don't even know it, primarily women.
Right, yeah. 1 in 9 women, which is not a small number. And the fat does not respond to diet or exercise. And I grew up dancing, so there was a lot of emphasis placed on my body at a very young age. So for most of my life, I've been living with eating disorders, you know, and I still have to, it is so important to find a provider, a therapist to help you through the process when you get diagnosed, if you're gonna have surgery, during surgery, after surgery, because your body changes and it changes quickly.
Yeah, we have some post-op video and pictures, and the change is dramatic.
Yeah, it is. It is. But more so than anything, I just feel great. I just feel things that I never thought about even. Just getting up in the morning and walking down my stairs is a different experience entirely.
Yeah, I think a lot of times whenever people live with any condition, whether it be lipedema or whatever's causing their pain, they just naturally learn to adjust, and you don't realize how bad it had gotten. And there's a cool before and after where we can see your range of motion right there completely has changed.
Oh yeah. I remember the first time I kicked my leg, and I think I sent you guys one of those videos, but my leg, it felt like it just flew up to my face. I could not believe that. It was insane.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And to what I was saying earlier is that you learn, and you've always, like I said, I mean, your mobility and you getting out there and moving, that's always been your thing. But you didn't realize until after the surgery how much better you feel because you were just learning to live with it.
Right, right. And that right there, like, I don't know if you guys saw the difference in that range of motion. That is why this procedure is medically necessary. It is not cosmetic. It's so necessary.
Yeah, because I'm sure you dealt with a lot of people saying, love the skin you're in, but if you're in chronic pain and you're losing mobility and this is a degenerative issue, then you got to go looking for solutions.
Absolutely. And, you know, so many medical providers haven't heard about it, and you hear liposuction and immediately think cosmetic. So that's kind of what the uphill battle is right now.
Yeah, but you went to an expert who is the architect of this type of surgery, who knows what he's doing it for what reason behind it.
Oh yeah, he's been doing exclusively lipedema, I want to say for 10 plus years now.
Yeah.
That's just lipedema.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was a journey, even finding the right, doctor to be able to do this. Hey, Allison, we so appreciate you sharing your story with our viewers. You have no idea.
I honestly could not be more grateful. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And by the way, digital reporter and producer Brody Waddell also posted a full article on BloomTampaBay.com about this, and we are so thrilled. Allison joined us on our podcast, The Bloom Health Club, in the WFLA Now Streaming Center to continue this incredible conversation. You can stream the full episode anytime on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. And stick around. Allison's going to be with us for more of the show. We'll be right back with more Bloom right after this. You're watching Bloom, presented by Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection. Call now 813-582-5222 to schedule your scan today. Living the Tampa Bay lifestyle means enjoying the sand, sun, and outdoors fun. So get out, get active, and nurture those healthy habits. Hey there, I'm Gayle, host of Bloom. Now there's a new all-inclusive place with everything you need to shape your lifestyle, boost your health, and improve your wellness. BloomTampaBay.com, Tampa Bay's premier health and wellness website, made to help you feel good. Whether you're a fitness fanatic, beauty buff, or just want to take your first step towards positive change, this free website is for you. See the Bay Area's hottest fitness products, the latest workout crazes, and learn nutrition tips from the experts. Plus, discover local events and experiences designed with your well-being in mind. Cultivate a healthy mind, body, and soul. Check out BloomTampaBay.com, your local health and wellness website. That's BloomTampaBay.com. Welcome back to Bloom. We're shedding light on a painful condition that makes it impossible to lose fat, called lipedema. Joining me now with more on the need for global research of this condition is lipedema warrior Allison Jacobs and the CEO of the Lipedema Foundation, Jonathan Cart. Thank you both for being here to shed light on this important issue.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
So many people, and primarily women, that's what the numbers show, suffer from this and they don't even know it.
Yeah. It's pretty incredible. It was identified back in, was it 1940?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and still.
And Jonathan, talk to me about the need for research and where the research is going as of right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks so much for having me on the show. So as Allison just mentioned, this disease was first described in the medical literature in the mid-20th century, the 1940s and the 1950s. And like many conditions that primarily impact women, it just languished for a long time. There wasn't a lot of research done. It kind of was just sort of left. And recently in the last few years, research has really accelerated. So fully half of the papers on research on lipedema have been published in the last 5 years.
And the Lipedema Foundation has funded $12.5 million worth of research. And what are you finding out?
That's right. So a couple of recent things that were really exciting in the literature. I should say it's still very early. It's exciting because things are increasing quickly, but it's still off of a pretty low base. A couple of really interesting things are, one, I would point to some research by Dr. Rochelle Crescenzi at the Vanderbilt University Medical Center, who's done some really interesting work with MRI and other imaging modalities just to describe how lipedema differs from obesity and lymphedema. And one really interesting finding is that there's elevated levels of sodium in the skin and in the subcutaneous tissue of patients with lipedema. So it really points out that this is a distinct condition, and you can see that down at the level of cells and tissues.
And I think what's really important, since so many people do suffer from this, is to get the conversation going. And I remember, just through Allison and meeting you for the show segments, and you just being a body positivity expert on our show, and how you've garnered millions and millions of viewers on social media platforms that celebrate you for that. But along the way, you learned about this condition. You taught us about it. I remember we're in the Bloom meeting. Is it lipedema? Is that how you say it? Lipedema? And we learned about this condition, and now it's about finding the resources, finding the doctors, and educating people so they can get the help they need, because quite frankly, it does become debilitating. It does start to cause pain. It's not just a body image thing.
It is absolutely so much more than a body image thing. And like I've said so many times, you only have your lived experience. So after the surgery, it was crazy to me how much I normalized a lot of the pain and the discomfort. And I've heard that from a lot of people that have gone through the surgery. It's insane.
Yeah, and if for people that are just now tuning in to Bloom and you missed the top of the show, we've been following Allison's journey now for more than a year, and her decision to move forward with the surgery. And for her, it really was because she was noticing that this was causing mobility issues, this was causing pain issues, and even though she always had this positive, fun attitude about everything and brings so much joy to all of our lives, she did not realize just how progressive it had become.
Oh yeah. It was a hard decision to come to, because like we've talked about, and like many people with lipedema, the mental health component, the eating disorder, the relationship with food and your body that you have is a struggle. And I worked really, really hard during my recovery process to love and accept my body as it is, the way that it was, pre-surgery. So to then have to make this decision, the only way to take care of myself and take care of my body was to change my body. So that was like a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, and in the future, maybe with research like what you're talking about and finding out about the sodium or the salt content in the skin and all of these new discoveries, there might be treatment options in the future that don't involve invasive surgeries. But for right now, that's the name of the game. And really, as a foundation, you guys are just looking to help people dealing with this.
That's right. We're funding research to better understand the disease so that over time, hopefully, we get better treatments. But I would say that it's not just limited to surgery right now. Surgery is right for some people. It's not right for others. We urge people to work with their doctor to develop an individualized treatment plan. And to that end, on our website, lipedema.org, we have a whole brand new page on treatments that we just launched this month. A whole range of conservative treatments that are in use by patients, and working with their physicians, they may find something that to your point, won't necessarily cure lipedema, but can help manage some of the debilitating symptoms.
All right, well, this is really great to know, and I think it's fantastic that the two of you have joined forces with all of your incredible knowledge and are working together to educate others about this, painful condition and what's being done to fight it. So thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And you can get all of the information that you need on bloomtampabay.com. And we're not quite done with Allison just yet. I'm learning Allison's dance moves, and I'm going to give the latest trend a try.
4 and 5 and 6, 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah!
All right. You're watching Bloom, presented by Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection. Call now 813-582-5222 to schedule your scan today. We are back with lipedema warrior and content creator Allison Jacobs, who uses her hugely popular social media platforms to promote body positivity. And she's taken us all along as she journeys to relieve pain from living with lipedema, a condition that makes it impossible to lose fat. And Allison, you actually found out about your condition thanks to one of your millions of followers, right?
Yeah, I had quite a few actually reach out, and I couldn't ignore it anymore. I had to figure out what was lipedema. Do I have it?
Yeah, so, and a lot of what she does was just to promote positivity through dance, which she's done such a brilliant job of. And here's a look at the dance that I'm gonna learn today.
So many ways. Like back to back ain't a real thing. We got so many ways. I'm gonna do the whole look. So many ways. So many.
And just for the record, Allison always looks way cooler doing it than I do. But the point is to just get up and dance with us, everybody.
Exactly. We are joyfully moving our bodies.
We are,
Yes.
and that's all part of it. I mean, yes, you learned about this condition that, we're learning so much more about thanks to you, and you've shared your journey of surgery, and now your improved mobility, you're feeling better. You've always been this incredible dancer, but you say even with your moves, you notice a difference.
Oh my gosh, it's light years different. Everything feels now like I'm gliding.
Isn't that incredible?
It's insane.
Yes.
I keep saying insane. It is wonderful.
But you're
though.
just having this feeling that
Yes.
Because for so many years, Allison, like the millions of other people, especially women that suffer, many times they don't even know that they have this condition called lipedema, which is why we talk about it so often on the show. And they start to live with that pain becomes normal. But what we're gonna do today is we're gonna celebrate Allison and her successful 3 surgeries that she just had, and the fact that she is up and moving once again. So take me through the moves.
Here we go. Okay. So you're gonna step with your left foot and move your right hand out, and then there you go. You knew exactly what was coming. Now you're gonna dribble a ball. You're gonna step with your left foot, and you're gonna dribble and then switch. Oh, you got that. Let's just put those together. Those moves.
All right.
Okay. So we're gonna go 1, 2, dribble the ball, then throw it.
Okay.
Yeah. Then from there, it's an and count.
Okay.
This isn't. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. You kind of throw it.
And 5.
And then kind of lean back, forward.
Okay.
Yep. So it's just kind of like a weight shift. Boom, and then step and glide forward.
Okay. So weight shift.
Boom, and then you're just pointing to your forehead.
Okay. 1.
Other hand.
2.
And then it's like you're bowling. Boom. And then you just bring your hand up, because this is so easy. You just kind of lean forward and then lean forward.
Okay.
And then there's just 2 more moves after that.
All right.
But let's piece this together.
Let's do this together. All right.
Move it back. Okay, so we're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Boom, you're so strong. And then you just step with your, and then other foot. That is it. That's it. Okay? All right, let's try and put it all together.
All right.
Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8. boom, then you are strong, walk it out, walk it out.
I got the hands going the wrong way. All right.
But it looked cool, right? We're kind
All
of
right.
like mirroring each
Yeah.
other or doing the opposite.
Okay. All right, we can do it with the music
You
now.
want to hear it with the music? Let's do it with the
Yeah.
music. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Strong, strong. Walk it out, walk it out. I like it.
Oh, yeah, let's do it
Let's do it
again.
again. And go, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
All right.
All right, now just have fun with it. We don't want to like think about it. We're just like moving our body and
All right.
having fun. Ready? 7, 8. We go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, and you're out. You got it.
All
I
right.
love we got the crew in the back dancing.
I
too.
know,
You guys
yeah.
can't
the
see it.
interns are dancing.
I love it.
Camera operators dancing. And that's what this is all about.
Exactly. It is just having fun. Like exercising and moving your body. It doesn't have to be torture. It shouldn't be a punishment. It's to be like celebrating yourself.
Well, this is the reason why so many millions of people follow this woman. She is our lipedema warrior. She is our body positivity expert. And we just adore you, and we're so glad that you're okay and that you're doing so great. Thank you, Allison.
Thank you.
All right. You can dance along with me and Allison on BloomTampaBay.com. We'll be back with more Bloom right after this.
Bye.
The following portion of Bloom is sponsored by Renewal by Anderson of Tampa.
Having a beautiful home that perfectly reflects your unique style is important. Joining me now to talk about the unique shapes and spaces of custom-made replacement windows for every home is Renewal by Anderson's Vice President of Marketing, Chelsea Zerpola. Chelsea, it's always such a pleasure to see you.
It's great seeing you as well.
So really, the sky's the limit when it comes to Renewal by Anderson's custom replacement windows, indoors.
Absolutely. Everybody has their own style. They have their own look and feel, their colors, and because ours are made custom for every opening in your home, you can make all those great choices, whether it's a beautiful double hung or an awning window or a casement window. Everybody has a different look that they would like in their home.
And the best part is a design consultant comes in, meets with you one-on-one, and this is part of the process. This is free.
Absolutely. Our designers are amazing. They don't just have the notation of your home and what we can do for your home, but they give you the ability to choose that, and they help you build those windows of your dreams.
And I think whenever you're making an investment in your home, it's always so great to have that point person talk you through everything and help you make the decisions, because these are big decisions. This is going to lead to protecting your home from all the elements. It's going to lead to lower energy costs. So many things go alongside this, so it's a great investment to make, but you want to make sure you're doing it the right way.
Absolutely, because you don't have to do this all the time, so you're not the expert at it. So you want to make sure that you're hiring an expert to be able to walk you through the process so you feel confident. The concierge is there holding your hand throughout the process. We pull all of the permits necessary, and we're here as a turnkey solution for you.
And I think that's really important to point out, that from start to finish, because so much goes into these types of projects.
Yes.
You do all the heavy lifting.
Absolutely, and then you don't have to worry, is it going to be done right the first time? That way you can choose the look and feel. You can choose whether you want a different color on the inside of your home for the frames, or a different color that you may have to have on the outside due to HOAs. So it's definitely custom made for you.
Are there popular window types right now?
There are, we have such beautiful views, right? So we want to make sure that we're showcasing those views, and oftentimes those picture windows are those windows that everyone's choosing today.
That's so nice. And Renewal by Anderson takes window customization to a whole new level. And that's
Yes.
important to point out because we all have different unique needs.
Yeah, and some homes are not always the homes when they were first built, right? Some of them, the windows aren't opening, the windows aren't locking properly. So we want to make sure to walk through all of your concerns and give you a solution for all of them.
And I think too, the fact that Renewal by Andersen comes with such a long track record of being a trustability, testing your windows. I mean, you're making the investment in something that's going to last.
Absolutely, and we're really proud of that. We're 4-time JD Power Award winners, most energy efficient window and door. We're a proud partner with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We are in the city, we're here local, and we want to make sure that we're giving you the best choice in your window selections.
Yeah, and you're made right here in the US of A.
Yes, absolutely, right there in Minnesota. I got to go to the plant last week and just see the product being made custom for every one of our customers.
Something you can take a lot of pride in, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Chelsea. It's always such a pleasure catching up with you.
Thank you for having me.
Head to rbafla.com or call 813-377-3136 for more details about custom coastal impact windows and doors. Take advantage of this limited time offer and call today to set up your complimentary design consultation. Mention code BLOOM when calling to receive an additional 5% off your project. We'll be right back.
The preceding portion of Bloom was sponsored by Renewal by Andersen of Tampa.
You're watching Bloom, presented by Lifeguard Imaging. We begin where your checkup ends. Call now 813-582-5222 to schedule your scan today. Welcome back to Bloom. Today we're talking body positivity, and there is no doubt the number on the scale can be very deceiving. Our next guest says even though people often guess she weighs in at 120 pounds, she actually weighs in at 150 pounds, which shocks many people. But online fitness coach Alexandra Matursky says what really matters is that she feels great. Alexandra, welcome to Bloom.
Hi, it's so good to be here and be able to talk about this subject.
Yeah, it's such an important subject because we get so married to the number on the scale, but you found out through your own personal journey, it doesn't matter.
It does not matter. First of all, muscle weighs so much more than fat, and especially with so many young women, they get so fixated on this number on the scale. For example, I myself always wanted to weigh 120 pounds, but that's just not realistic for me. So being at 150, I realized it's all about the way that you feel.
And I am starting to see more and more people like yourself, beautiful women, showing themselves at a healthy weight, muscular, toned, doing all the right things to achieve fitness, because I think for so many years, especially as women, we were doing so many unhealthy things to look a certain way.
Even growing up, I grew up in the generation of so many fad diets. I used to weigh 200 pounds and I tried every single diet to lose weight. Nothing worked until I realized it's about having a healthy lifestyle and feeling good in your skin and not just the number on the scale.
It's so true. Yeah. I too, I'm old enough to be your mom, but I went through all these different diets and I realized actually in my 50s that just finding a balanced, healthy, sustainable diet and a good workout routine, which involves resistance training, it's a game changer, and you're not knocking your head against the wall all the time trying to try something that doesn't stick.
It's not sustainable, all those diets. I myself, I eat ice cream almost every single night, and that is exactly what I teach other women to do with online coaching, how to live that balanced lifestyle while still enjoying the foods that you love every single day.
Because as soon as you start overly restricting yourself, that's when the real trouble begins.
Yes, but it all starts with the mind, because your mind is going to crave all those unhealthy foods that you constantly restrict yourself to.
Now, we are talking a lot about body image today, and you say that, people treat you differently. So, there is a lot of pressure on women to look a certain way, and after you lost all that weight, it was like a complete change.
People look at me with so much more respect now, and honestly, it makes me a little bit sad. The majority of it is men that I noticed, I don't think females look at another female and think, oh, she's a lot bigger than me, I'm going to treat her differently. It is a lot more the males in our generation, and I just don't think that's something we can change. All we can do is support other women, girls supporting girls. That's it.
Yeah, and then we also need to learn to love our bodies ourselves, because that's something that, I have 4 daughters, and I catch myself all the time kind of carrying over, bad lessons that I learned along the way that were not the healthiest ones.
You have to love your body. That's where it starts. In my opinion, God gave you one body. You have to honor it. And once you start loving your body, that's when you're really going to see the results, because you're going to want to eat healthy. You're going to want to move your body because you love your body and not because you hate your body.
And how is this all being received as you post on, all your different social media platforms? What are people saying?
I get a lot of mixed comments. Some people say that it's not true, that you should look a certain way. And other people are very positive about this. They love that I'm very real online, that I just share the truth. I don't sugarcoat things. I'm like, you're able to eat dessert. You should love yourself. And it all starts with loving yourself, honestly.
It really, really does. And to understand that our bodies are constantly changing as women, hormones riding up and down throughout every phase of life, mine and yours.
Yeah, especially during the menstrual cycle. For many women, they get shocked that they gain 5 to 10 pounds during their menstrual cycle. They feel bloated and they simply don't feel good in their body. But that's normal. Within a week or two, the weight should drop. But like I said, the number on the scale does not matter. It's all about how you feel. And if you're healthy, you should be grateful for that.
Well, we're grateful that you came on Bloom to share this positive message with our viewers. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And we're going to share Alexandra's story on BloomTampaBay.com. And before we go to break, it's time for today's Bloom trivia question. What percentage of women are unhappy with their bodies? 91%, 75%, or 50%? We'll have the answer later on Bloom. Building self-confidence goes hand in hand with body positivity. And our next guest is out with a book all about unleashing your true beauty. Joining me now is personal trainer and the author of Confidence Unleashed. Be the unstoppable hero of your own heart, Lane D'Souza. Lane, welcome to Bloom.
Thank you so much. What a great privilege it is to be here.
Oh, it's a privilege to have you. So tell me, what inspired you to write your book?
So honestly, it was 2 parts. It was really my daughter, because I suffered with self-confidence as a child and as an athlete. And I think all my confidence rode on whether I made a certain team or I got into the Olympics. And when that didn't happen, my confidence got rocked. And as a trainer, I saw so many women put all of their body image and their self-loathing and the way they spoke to each other on their bodies, or themselves on their body. And it was heartbreaking as a trainer to see these talented, beautiful, strong women talk to themselves like that. So I really wrote this book for anyone that has suffered from any kind of, self-esteem, lack of confidence.
Which I think is, to your point, many women, myself included. I mean, you start to tie your self-worth and your confidence and your self-esteem to maybe how you parent or what's going on at work. And it doesn't come from within, sadly. It's always associated with something else. So if that fails, or if that takes a nosedive at any point in life, which we all have ebbs and flows in all parts of our lives, then we start to that self-doubt really starts to seep in. It still happens to me all the time.
Right, and it's such an internal thing, like to measure yourself with your size of your skinny jeans or your promotion or whatever it is that you're doing, or even your body. And it's so much deeper than that. And honestly, I don't really know one woman walking the planet that hasn't got or had a struggle with body image and putting their self-worth into their body. And it's really sad that we have to learn to think in a different way and talk to ourselves in a different way.
Well, we're also held to a very different standard. And this is Gayle on a soapbox right now. This is just my belief. But I think, you know, as a guy, you can have a dad body, and that's cute. Dad bod, that, everybody loves that. You can lose some hair, and that's cute too. And you can age, and you're still cute, and all the things that, you know, I feel that a lot of times, and again, this is just me talking, so don't get mad at me if you're watching, but I think that a lot of times a guy gets a hall pass on that a woman might not necessarily. She is held to a different standard, or maybe we're holding ourselves to a different standard, but whatever it is, you carry around a lot of weight.
Yeah, and it's true, but I mean, it is not necessarily a gender thing, because I have seen many men that put their self-worth on maybe what their bodies can do or what they look like. But you're right, I do think as women, we kind of do it to ourselves sometimes too. Like, we expect this this perfection that's not even a reality, and social media has done that to us and to our children too. Like, it's just a different world. What you're seeing is not even true in the fitness world. Like, I remember when I first got to New York City, I was 20 and I was working in this corporate gym, and I thought health and fitness were one. And it's so different. You see people doing completely different things in the fitness industry as what you would do in the health industry. And I do believe that health starts with your mindset, and you've got to get right with your mind, as opposed to just looking a certain way and thinking that you should wear this size or be this size.
So you were just touching a lot about, you know, being in the gym and physical activity. So what is a healthy approach to that?
So I do believe it's like learning to have daily habits, putting in daily habits that make you feel proud. Because at the end of the day, it's you and you. It's how you speak to yourself. You go to bed with you at night. It's your mindset. So creating little daily habits for yourself that make you feel good, like keeping your word to yourself, saying, I'm going to meet, if I can't go work out by myself, find ways to do that, like a trainer or a class, and keep your word to yourself. That makes you feel proud. And there's going to be times where you don't want to do that at all. And that's the great thing about fitness and exercise. Like, it's a gateway drug. It teaches us self-discipline, confidence, consistency, and also you show up without immediate results. So it shows you to have faith, knowing that what you're going to do is going to give you results eventually. And I just think that mentally, physically, and spiritually, it is like a gift to us that is so underused.
And it's so underused, and I'm glad that you have shared inspiration in your book, Confidence Unleashed. We really appreciate you coming on Bloom to share that with our viewers.
Thank you so much.
And we're going to share Lane's advice on BloomTampaBay.com. We'll be back with more Bloom right after this. Welcome back to Bloom. Body positivity is a movement to accept bodies of all sizes and types, rather than those that conform to societal ideals of beauty. And achieving that balance means a focus on our mental health. Joining me now from Thread of Hope Counseling is Emily Muki with the mental side of body positivity. It's so great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
So what exactly is body positivity, and how do people become body positive?
So body positivity is a social movement that helps to challenge people to have a more positive mindset of bodies, no matter what your shape, your size, your weight.
And then, but is there a difference between body positivity, though, and then you also hear body neutrality?
For a lot of people, a large percentage of women are unhappy in their bodies, and so positivity that can be a real stretch for people who may not have their bodies, confidence in their bodies. So a great aim can be, how about neutrality? Mm-hmm. And that could be respecting your body, respecting that my body got me here today. I'm sitting here and talking to you, and that could be a good place to start.
Yeah, you said that a lot of women are unhappy with their bodies. We have a trivia question asking if it's 91%, 75%, or 50%. And I'm not going to give away the answer, but the answer is, to your point, yes. A lot of women are very unhappy with their bodies. What is it going to take to just shift that just a little? It's such a huge problem that, what can we do to just start taking steps in the right direction?
There's a few really great things. One would be, what about if we focus on ourselves as a whole versus just our body? I mean, I believe I'm more than my body. I think I'm a lot more interesting than just my body, and that goes true for all women and men out there, that
we're more than that, so what else? What do you like about yourself? And sometimes starting there, where finding things that make you you and that you're proud about, that's a great place to start.
Do you talk, I mean, this obviously is something that you work closely with patients, because there's a direct link to your mental health or your thought process, correct?
Absolutely. What we think about ourselves is, or how we feel can be what we think, and what we think can link up to how we feel. I think not comparing ourselves to other people, that's a big one. Stop the comparison. When you flip in social media, are you thinking, wow, I wish I looked like that? Or at the gym, if only I could wear that, look like that. Not comparing yourself. Also, how about compassion? Compassion for ourselves, non-judgmentalness. These are all things that help shift the body positivity to feeling more comfortable in your skin.
Yeah, and I think too, to your point, instead of comparing yourself to others, just set your own personal goals. I mean, for me, it's, you know, my age group, what I can do, why I'm doing, like finding the why, a healthy why, like for bone density and mobility to meet my grandkids one day, like set up reasons that you want to be a certain way in a healthy frame of mind and body for the right reasons.
Yes.
I try anyways. I'm not perfect at it by any stretch of the imagination. Right.
And I imagine you do a great job. And you mentioned exercise, and I think movement is such a really important thing for body positivity. If we take the weight and body stigma away from exercise and movement, and we make it for our mental health or well-being, I go to the gym because I feel strong. I go to the gym or exercise or move so that I sleep better, I have less stress. And then that kind of dominoes into how you feel.
Yeah, it's the perfect way to approach it. Thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
All right, we're going to share Emily's story on BloomTampaBay.com. We'll be back with more Bloom right after this. It's time for today's Bloom trivia question. What percentage of women are unhappy with their bodies? 91%, 75%, or 50%? The answer is 91%. According to Do Something, an international nonprofit organization that aims to inspire and engage young people to create positive change in the world, 91% of women are unhappy with their bodies and resort to dieting to achieve their ideal body shape. Do Something also reported that unfortunately, only 5% of women naturally possess the body type often portrayed by Americans in the media. Well, thank you so much for tuning into Bloom today. You can catch Bloom anytime by following us on social media. We're on all major platforms, so get a behind-the-scenes look at all of the innovative, breakthrough health and wellness conversations and incredible guests that we have right here on Bloom. And don't forget to check out our podcast, The Bloom Health Club. You can catch it live on Facebook and YouTube on Mondays at 2 p.m. We take a deep dive and have extended conversations with some of the top guests that we have right here on Bloom. You can watch our podcast anytime on YouTube or listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Well, we hope you'll tune in again on the next Bloom presented by Lifeguard Imaging. How to protect your meats and veggies from absorbing toxic chemicals on the grill. We have tips from a top expert. And WWE superstar Titus O'Neil is joining us in studio to tell us about a huge Father's Day celebration happening in Tampa Bay. So stay healthy, everyone, and I will see you on the next Bloom.
Content segments during Bloom were paid for by Renewal by Anderson of Tampa.
Call now 813-582-5222 to schedule your scan today.